Good late morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Okay, I have an update on what's going on, and I wanted to recommend a couple things because I don't know how many videos I'm going to be doing today. See what I mean about Rudolph? With your lips so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? I'm doing some heavy-duty cleaning. For some reason, I went over to the sunroom, and I couldn't help but notice that, like, Barbie and Ken were using the... sorry. Okay, there we go. I'm going to hold still. I'm clean, by the way. I took the shower. Barbie and Ken were using the cobwebs and whatnot to work out some sort of trapeze act, and so I thought, oh my God, this is crazy. I might be able to even kind of go live from that area. I don't know, but I have to clean. I'm cleaning. And you know how when you move one thing, what is it with when you move one thing, ladies and gentlemen, suddenly everything becomes a complete mess. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be gentle and get this done. Meanwhile, I'm listening to Richie Allen interview a fellow whose name has escaped me. Richie Allen's across the pond. He's an alternative media kind of person. And he's interviewing a kid, 20 years old, who went into the West Bank region. And I think he was not permitted to enter Israel again because he was exposing the shenanigans going on over there, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I haven't gotten on here in a while and done a rant about the whole Israeli situation. So I thought the time had come. I think really everybody should take a gander at what they're doing over there while we are focused on, I don't know, the thought of the day, the mass shooting of the day or something. Everybody should, not to make light of any of this, please don't come after me. But I think we really, need to keep an eye on what the left hand is doing when the right hand is in public. Bob Dylan, mind out of gutter. Yeah, so it's just not a good story so far. It's real bad. He had the funds to be able to go over there and evidently had heard, you know, how people were treated and so forth, but saw it firsthand and documented it, much like Abby Martin did, I might add. And it's bad news bears any way you look at it. I mean, he said that you just have no clue until you've been there. Or, you know, have seen photos of the region or whatever. He said people literally live in, like, cave situations, and they're being, you know, droned and whatnot with our money. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we give Israel a plethora of money. What was it, $38 billion or something over the next 10 years? It's disgusting. And anybody who is not upset about this stuff, I don't know what to do. I mean... This is what makes me mad, I guess, is when people get so upset. I've said this before, but I do have new subscribers, and I doubt they're going to root through my every video to get in touch with me. I wouldn't. Or to get in touch with what the heck I'm all about. Like I've said before, I think there's a lot of focus on, Bob Smith down the street collects welfare, and there we go. Collects welfare, or does this, or cheats the system, or, you know, God forbid, buys lobster with his food stamps or something. You know, that's really small potatoes. I'm just going to say it. Compared to the money that we give to places like Saudi Arabia and Israel to oppress and murder people. Okay? I mean, I'm just going to be blunt about it because that's what it is. Also, I was listening to somebody last night. It was from February, and it was a Lionel interview of Caleb Maupin. I really like Caleb Maupin. Now, he's more or less, you know, an admitted leftist or socialist or whatever. And that's perfectly delightful. You know, admit it and tell us what it's all about, Alfie. And he was talking about North Korea and how we in the United States, or the Western media, whatever you want to say, we really don't know anything about it except for the narrative that we get from the corporate media. And he just gave a lot of interesting examples and the history of that region, which was very fascinating. Of course, I can't remember the details, and I'm not here to spoon feed. I'm here to spark interest so that you might take a gander. Caleb Maupin. I think it's Maupin. And he works at the dreaded RT. Did somebody say Russia? Network. And Lionel has interviewed him several times, and this was in February. And it was, I know people have issues with Lionel, and that's fine, but this was a very good interview. So, take a look at that if you want. And then, of course, this Richie Allen one, it's from like yesterday, I think. And I don't recall the fellow's name. I'm still listening to it while I clean like a mad woman. And, yeah. Oh, where was I? Because I was going to say something about Caleb Maupin brought something to light. Let me gather my thoughts. Hang on. I know you're going to find it hard to believe, but I can't recall what it was. Why I trailed off here. I know it drives Shelley in Florida nuts. I apologize, my sweet woman. But, bottom line is, I guess if you feel the urge to know a little bit about the history of North Korea and why they even got the nuclear weapons and things like that, then it might be worth your while. I think he's very well researched. He did mention a gentleman's name who I remember. I don't know why. It's Cummings. His last name is Cummings, and he's a professor somewhere in Chicago. I don't remember. But evidently, he is an expert on the North Korea situation, and therefore is never invited to the corporate media here in the US of A to discuss anything about it, because we have to be horrified of North Korea. We have to want to take them down. We have to, claim they're doing X, Y, and Z with their people. And actually, it's not really called North Korea. It's the something of something. And then South Korea is called something else too. Don't you love how absolutely on target I am with when I come at you wildly? Well, you know how I am, ladies and gentlemen. For those who know me or have been with me for a bit, sometimes I trail off most of the time. And then, clearly I was just doing something and I really got so outraged listening to the Richie Allen interview. I'll copy the link. Hey, what a thought. I'll put it down in the comment section. How's that? And of the interview with Lionel as well. I'll go find it as soon as I post this. I have to watch this back because I'm such a loon. I want to make sure I even want to post it. Okay, I think that's all. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Please join me, join others, drop your political identities. Let's focus on issues. Leave labels at the door and research before you judge. And one more little old thing. Always remember and never forget. I'm now putting this at the end of my columns, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, in the Community News, the paper for which I work. Community News, Linesville.com, Lisa's Rants and Raves. In brackets at the bottom, I have several things now. My God, it's going to take up the whole column eventually. What do I have? I have cross-check, or interstate cross-check, and then the next thing I have is APAC, and then I have geoengineering, and then I have put war is a racket, and explained that it should be handed out to every graduating